When Krish was 16 months old, he was diagnosed with type 1. He was drinking a lot of water. We had gone to our primary care physician and he tested and it was 98 at that time. And he said it's nothing to worry about, but it was Friday and in the weekend he started throwing up. And when we went to emergency room, the first thing the emergency physician told me from his, fruity smell that he has type 1 and he was close to 600 plus. And it was, really a big shocker. We didn't, we don't have immediate family in United States, and we had to go through a learning curve, but it has been extremely challenging. The life is not same after the diagnosis. It's continuous learning. As he grows, there are challenges that we live with. Pretty much every parent with type 1 diabetes children with type 1 diabetes know that they have to get up in night and adjust the basal or give the treatment. It happens pretty much a kind of a new normal. It's taxing for parents, but and that's why when the child is staying away from home in the school, there needs to be same amount of awareness or measure that would avoid sending them to the hospitals, and that requires a huge partnership, a collaborative, trustworthy relationship with the school administration, school teachers, and caregivers. And that's where the 504 plan comes into the picture. And it's extremely critical that not just we have a plan in place, there needs to be a daily communication plan between you and the caregiver. That's a designated nurse or nurse aide or a advocate who has been specifically designated for this period. The plan also needs to, at this point, although the plans are made, I think it's important to ensure the basic needs of your child, which are unique. My child, for example, has hypoglycemia awareness, and I have seen many parents in the DRI's parent empowering parent talks that their kids have the similar condition. And so it's extremely critical that the child will not be able to do himself or herself anything and would act weird or kind of show resistance to even drinking juice. One important piece of the plan is also the emergency preparedness. And when it's evacuation shelter, you want to make sure that there is the plan is occurring, because anytime a stressful event occurs, the child's blood glucose, whether it's unfortunate school shootings or even if they see a snake, the blood glucose of some children go up to 400 or some drop. And so it's your child's unique need, and that emergency preparedness and during that time is also critical. The tools for developing an effective 504 plan requires collaboration between your pediatric endocrinologist, your school administration, healthcare, contracted healthcare agencies that are involved in the school administration, your teachers, and your aftercare staffs, and including the bus drivers and the colleagues that are engaged in care or transportation of your child. I have been fortunate to be at the Diabetes Research Institute because I have colleagues who are very well educated and I can approach them, and that led me to kind of continuously refine the plan and customize the plan to kind of develop. Unfortunately, each county, or coincidentally, by measures of standard practice, each state and each county have a standard forms for the DMMP plan, and because of the wide spectrum of tools and modalities that are being used for children's care of type 1, whether it's with injections or pumps or semi-automated pump, or some of them have developed in artificial pancreas from the loop or APS systems. Depending on the tools and technologies used for the child, the 504 plan needs to be customized. You can find several tools that are generic in nature, and they have great deal of information, you need to read them, review them, and understand them and customize it for the needs of your child.